Hey everybody, L here playing Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and welcome to part 4 of the L method for better HSC scores. Today's video is quite a bit different. We're here looking at the NA version of the game. We're looking at the Aerial and Flounder High Score Challenge that just wrapped up. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to participate in this event through another YouTuber, Mr. Slurmpalicious Bomb Diggity. We co-piloted this event together, and we had some pretty great results. So this video is actually going to be my audio commentary over the recorded footage of our successful run. I'll be talking about the setup as well as the different decisions that we made throughout the run that got us this high score. So here we go. We're gonna take a look at the setup here. This is a Divine Rose plus 27. Our MVP is Chibi Sephiroth. He is 68% gilted with AB3 max. I would have loved to have more mirrors, but 68% was all we got, so we made that work. Our supporting cast, we have Lightning in first. She has Ability Prize Plus, or APP. And we have two Chibi Soras. These both have status skills. One of them has Poison Plus, one of them has Paralysis Plus. I would prefer that one of them did not have Poison Plus, because, as many of you watching already know by now, the point of the L method is to make sure that the most amount of damage comes from your MVP, your one heavy hitter. You don't want anybody else to be doing significant damage. This robs your MVP of precious enemy health, which equals to more credit and more bonus points. So you want to save all that credit and bonus points for MVP, which is why we have Illustrated Kairi in slot 4. She's doing a beautiful impression of Uniform Kairi or Uniform Selfie. And this way, we don't give a +3 general attack buff to any of the other medals in slots 1, 2, and 3. This is as ugly as we can make this Keyblade, and that's going to be the most successful as far as getting more points. You know, unfortunately, we did have 3 speed medals, so one of these had to get that +3 or +1.3 slot multiplier in slot 2. We couldn't avoid that. But you can bet I would have if one of these was a different color. It would be great if one of these was red, and then we could have a fully off color slots 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so this setup is a little bit unusual. We have a 14% friend. We did not have access to another Chibi Sora, which would have given us, I believe, 91%, but we had 84%. And the friend Chibi Sephiroth does have Sleep Plus on it because we don't have access to Second Chance. So that was kind of a bummer, but no Second Chance means we have to rely on status skills. So we have the one Paralysis Plus in our own deck, and then we have the Sleep Plus from the friend, giving us 84%. That's kind of like if we had just one Chibi Sora of our own plus another Chibi Sora friend. But that's it about the setup. Here we go. So right from the beginning, we're going to try to optimize this to keep as many of these things alive as possible. Unfortunately, these are only level 25, so we had to kill one, but we were able to get in an Illustrated Kairi activation and not kill this Possessor. So this means, let's see if I can get the right spot here. We were able to get 824 bonus points and 814 bonus points off of these two enemies that are left. Now, some of you, if you're not starting to apply the L method until later in the stage, you know, sometimes I've seen runs of people just tapping these. They may have gotten, a single-digit number of bonus points or 15, 20 bonus points, but here we're already getting several hundred more per enemy. So the gains are pretty small in the beginning. You might think that that's not a lot. There are some haters and non-believers out there who are thinking that who needs the extra couple thousand points. We're getting a few hundred in the first room, and it scales all the way up to several 100,000 by the very end, by the last enemy. So here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to keep all these alive, but we're going to try to get in that Illustrated Kairi activation, because you see that was about 55,000 damage, and each enemy bar is about 20,000 damage. So 55,000 is nearly 3 bars worth of health. We're way overkilling these. So since we're way overkilling these anyway and they're going to die on the first hit, that's why we want to try to make that hit as strong as possible. Now, I would have loved to be able to get in more buffs or debuffs, but activating any one of our 3 chibis before the Illustrated Kyrie would have killed these outright, so we're already trying to finesse or massage it so that we could at least get in that +3 general attack buff before our Sephiroth, like we just did here with these copters. But things are going to go a little bit differently here. Finally, at this level 100 mob encounter, we are able to activate our lightning. She is still doing some significant damage, but these aren't dead yet, so we're able to tap and activate Kyrie on the wizard to where it deals ineffective damage, so that these are all going to be still alive by the time we go to activate our Sephiroth during our one hit for 60,000 damage. That's going to give us quite a bit of bonus points, about 11,700 bonus points there. About 11,000 for each of those. So again, we're going to activate lightning because if these are still going to die in one hit, we want that one hit to be as strong as possible. We couldn't activate our Soras because that would have been too much. Kyrie is still okay without killing them, and Sephiroth's still going to get in one hit out of his 3-hit ability. Same thing here. These can take a lightning activation, but not a Sora activation. Or actually, we do want to also watch our gauges because Sora does cost 4. But here is a little bit different. Here we have an exception where we almost activate the lightning, but we don't because we're going to be swiping 3 times. And let me see if I can catch this moment. You can see that we are getting in 2 hits of about 40,000 damage, or 36,000 on the bottom one there. This is because we did not activate our lightning, and we're able to get 2 hits on each of these. If we had activated the lightning, we would have still gotten 2 hits on the large armor, which would have been more points, but we would have lost a hit on the other 2 enemies. So that would have been lost points. And so we made the run and we tested it over and over again, trying different combinations of the number of buffs that we should apply. And it turned out that we actually got the most amount of bonus points by not activating lightning, even though we had been for the several mobs before this. So it looks like about 144,000 bonus points for at least one of those. I missed the other 2. But here we're going to go back to activating lightning. We're not going to activate our Soras. We're still going to use the Kyrie. And here we're going to get a beautiful 3 hits off of each of these. So that's full credit from Sephiroth's attack. I think we got at least 300,000 off of that one, off of one of those there. Okay, and here in our testing, we found that the most efficient attack pattern is going to look something like this. We're going to skip the lightning, but we're going to activate both Soras. This is really expensive, really gauge intensive, but it was the optimal play to get us the most credit and bonus points. And here we are getting 3 hits on each of these for full credit again. And so we have to be aware of that push-pull effect. Sometimes when you load up on all the buffs, like on that last mob just now, for example, if we had activated the lightning as well in our testing, we found that that would have reduced the number of hits and reduced the amount of credit and bonus points that we received. So that's why we settled on using the 2 Soras. You know, we tried using lightning and 1 Sora, or all the different combinations. I think we started with just 1 lightning or 1 Sora, and then 2 Soras, and then all 3. And then we just found out the best combination was the 2 Soras alone. Now these level 300 copter fleets, this is really interesting because they do have some built-in defense buffs. But if you look really closely, none of them actually have a defense buff for the color that they're weak to. So the blue copter fleet does not have any built-in extra defense against speed. The red one doesn't have any extra defense against magic. And the green one, or the yellow one, the speed one, doesn't have any extra defense against power. So we're actually just going to go ahead and activate all of our medals. So this actually gives us the +3 general attack from Kyrie. We have +3 PSM attack from all our medals, and then we have -3 PSM defense on all our enemies. And we are still getting in our 3 hits for full credit on all these, one-turning these for a beautiful score of 19.9 before we get to the level 400. Now, the level 400 copter fleet, this is a little bit different. The black copter fleet here, where I pause this, you can see that it does have +3 tiers of defense against power, the element that it's weak to, so this is a little bit different than the other ones. The red and blue are going to be the same. They don't have any extra defense against the element that they're weak to, but this black copter fleet is extra resilient. Not only does it have the extra HP bars, it is extra tough against what it's supposed to be weak to. So we're going to have to spend some time to delete those extra tiers of defense. We're going to be getting our maximum credit not on the first turn, but on the second turn. And because our medals are so expensive, our Soras cost 4, we decided that the optimal play here was to just swipe with our Soras. We want to save those gauges for the second turn, but we want to be able to deal enough damage to them anyway here. So we're going to be activating Sephiroth. We got lucky with the paralysis, and we're going to hope for a sleep plus here on our friend medal. We don't get it. And we activate the friend medal's ability because we want to delete another tier of PSM of the defense that the Black Copter fleet has. So here we get really lucky. None of these move. We did not take any hits. We did not have to try and proc our defense boost 3 on the illustrated Kyrie. And the second turn is where we go all out. We spend all of our gauges. So we have +3 general attack buff from Kyrie. We have +3 PSM. And then we were able to get the Black Copter fleet down to -2 tiers against power. That's the best that we could have done, and get 3 hits in on everything. Unfortunately, we do have to go to a third turn because the Nova was not enough. But at this point, it doesn't matter. We can use Nova. We can take it down however we like. Now, a lot of people out there say that you must kill with your MVP, but that's not true. As long as you've gotten your hardest hits in already, the game can remember that. So after you've done that, you can kill it any way you like. You can kill it with Nova. You can kill it with any medal, a tap or a swipe. You know, the finishing blow does not matter, guys. Here's a quick look at the grid. So it doesn't really matter, but we're going to make sure this thing is dead because it took a good amount of RNG to get here. So we're just going to activate our Kyrie and the Sephiroth. You know, it does only get in the 1 hit, but we are getting in. That was 500,000 something bonus points off of that full credit that we got from Sephiroth in the second turn against the level 400 copters. And before we finish, we are going to L-method this egg. Now, don't go thinking that the egg doesn't matter. I know a lot of people, you think you finish the level 400 copters, you feel really great, you're going to do a full clear, and then you just go and tap this egg. Don't do it. Best plan of attack here, we couldn't activate any of the first 3 medals because they all do a lot of hits. Lightning was 13 and the Soras were 8 hits. That would have killed the egg outright, but we can't activate Illustrated Kyrie because it is a +3 general attack buff on 1 hit, and you can see here that we're going to do 3,500 damage against the egg. It's not 1 damage. And this is going to get us, let me see if I can catch this, 848 bonus points off of that egg. Now, if you were if you just came in and you just tapped it, you may have gotten like 9 points or 15 points, you know, something insignificant. But if you actually, you know, apply what you know about the L method to the egg, you can get 848 points, or possibly more if your MVP was gilted higher. So this got us 26.2 million points off of an 84% boost deck. And you'll see here after the rewards, we go to check our rank. After we get rid of this raid boss, we ended this event. We landed in 14th place when we finished the run, and I believe by the time the event actually closed, we slipped one spot to rank 15, but that's okay. We actually beat out a lot of 91% decks using only 84%. So that's another point to the L method. You know, it helps you to be amongst the highest ranked players who have the same bonus percentage as you. And sometimes if you're optimizing from start to finish, like we did in that run there, you're actually able to hang with some folks who have, you know, 7 or 10% more bonus than you. So that's how we're able to get to rank 14 or rank 15 on 84%. We definitely could have done better. I think we could have broken top 10 if this account had some extra magic mirrors. You know, we were only 68% gilted, and we were able to make top 15. Other than that, the Divine Rose was plus 27 on a 2.8 slot, so we could have done better if the Keyblade was more upgraded or if we had more gems. But anyway, this is, you know, within the top bracket. We broke 25 million to get the extra aerial and flounders, and we got, I think the top bracket was only top 1,000 anyway, but we made very excellent progress. This is a really fun experience. I didn't think that I was going to get to play NA, but thank you to Mr. Slurmpalicious Bomb Diggity again, I love saying that name, for giving me the opportunity. Had a lot of fun, and I hope this video has been helpful with the explanations on why we did it the way we did. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.